If you think tracking macros, counting calories, and eating healthy foods is the ultimate form of having great health, I'm afraid you are terribly wrong, my friend. On this channel, we talk about how to achieve freedom through health and wealth. And in today's video, I'm going to reveal the 4 major lines of demarcation in nutrition that you've probably never heard of from a nutritionist, a coach, or a trainer, yet it's absolutely crucial to achieving your optimal range of well-being. Level 1 is processed foods versus whole foods. Now, look at this image. On the right side here, we have processed foods, and on the left side, we have whole foods. Most of us know that whole foods are better for us than processed foods. This is usually how we're ushered into the world of fitness and health and working out, etc. Is count your calories and track your macros, and that's going to be the holy grail. Now, I know it's not, and soon you'll know it's not, but it is a great place to start. But why is it not the holy grail? Well, let me introduce you to trophology, the science of combining foods. Now, you're now in the 20% because most people, like myself not too long ago, do not understand trophology or have any sense that the way we combine our foods matter in how they digest and how nutrients is absorbed in our system. We've been led to believe that as long as you track your calories, you count your macros, all is good because, it's going to end up in the same place in your stomach, right? Well, think about it this way. There are foods that we eat that are acidic and foods that we eat that are alkaline. When these things combine, they can cancel each other out and you have a neutral environment. In a neutral environment, neither alkaline nor acidic foods digest properly, and different foods require different enzymes to break down. So in a situation or in a context where nothing breaks down because they cancel each other out, that's going to lead to a lot of digestive issues that many of us experience. So you might be wondering at this point, well, what foods should go with what? And what's really interesting is a lot of this historically has been put into religious context. But I'm going to give you this chart that you should pay attention to that will break it down better than I can right now in this YouTube video. So think about it this way. When you mix certain foods and they cancel each other out, your stomach is now at a standstill and slushing around and nothing actually gets to where it's supposed to go. We've all had that feeling before. So combination matters. That's level 2. Level 3. How you prepare the food itself matters. Obviously, the quality of the food, local, seasonal, organic, but also how we prepare the food matters. And this is where we get into the top 1%. I don't know about you, but before I learned this stuff, I would burn everything crispy as possible, as well done as possible, until I remembered from school that anything that we heat up denatured. All proteins that we heat up denatures the protein. So doesn't it make sense that the way we prepare our food, the way we apply heat to our food matters? Think about it this way. Raw foods are living foods until they obviously die in a natural way or until we literally cook it to death. And there are pros and cons. I believe that we are at a point now where we've forgotten the science of cooking and we're just misapplying fire. So whenever we apply fire to proteins, it denatures the protein. But there's different levels of this. Let's walk through a couple of them. Now, I'm no chef. I'm no scientist either. Well, I'm my own scientist, but I'm no chef. But let's walk through it. And if you are a chef, make sure you comment and let us know. So from left side to applying as little heat, if you will, cooking agent as possible, to the right side to like burning it to death. Raw, obviously. Then we have chemical cooking with vinegar. Think of like ceviche. We have steaming, where we're applying water and heat at the same time, so it cooks lighter. It's a lighter cook. We have searing, we have sauteing, we have stir frying, we have boiling, we have shallow frying or pan frying, baking, roasting, barbecuing, deep frying. Different levels of denaturing the protein. How we prepare the food matters a lot more than whether we're eating animals or plants. This fight for animals or plant has got to go. We've got to stop fighting about it because nutrition is a dynamic relationship between the mind, body, spirit complex and the environment. Eskimos are not eating fruits all the time. They don't have access to it, and they live perfectly fine off of animal completely. So the environment matters. We're not all meant to eat a particular way. Well, maybe we are, but now it's impossible because your environment is going to dictate partially how you eat. So is your background, your genetics, and what you have access to, your mind, etc. So there's my little rant on we must end the fighting. Finally, we come to the fourth line of demarcation. That's what I call solids versus liquids. So think about it this way. When you juice something, that juice, when you drink it, goes straight to the bloodstream. Very little work has to be done for it to be broken down. When we eat meat, and again, this is nothing against meat, the body has to do a lot of work to break it down to then utilize it, because the body doesn't use meat. The body doesn't even use protein. The body uses the amino acids, the components that make up the micronutrients. Same thing on the carbohydrate side as well. All solid foods must be broken down into macronutrients, then micronutrients before the body can even use them. How hard the body has to work to extract the nutrients matters. If I have to spend $1,000 to make $1, that probably doesn't make any sense. But if I spend $1 to make $1,000, that makes sense, right? So how hard it has to work, the body has to work to extract what it needs from the food matters. If it's solid, if it's cooked, if it's mixed incorrectly, if it's processed, if it's not whole foods, the body has to do a lot of work, and you're working against yourself. If I've provided you with any value today, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with a friend. And until next time, peace.